And then even while you're setting up, just keep recording.
No, yeah, I got the recording going. It's recording already. But hi
Good.
guys.
This guy's making it sound so fucking scuffed. Christ.
Yeah, like
We
just
have to
just be casual about it, man. Like
we have to welcome all our viewers.
idiot.
You said you okay.
Welcome to the first oxymorons podcast. Yay!
Uh, yay.
Okay. Now I bet a lot of people are wondering why the fuck are we doing a podcast?
Honestly, I want to know that as well.
Same. I agree.
So
Like
Like
no,
just random Facebook message one day. Hey, you want to do a podcast, buddy?
and so none of us know why.
what do you mean?
Hey,
Literally
he literally started it, man.
Okay, my idea was that I think what we talk about on the daily is pretty funny. So like I feel like if other people saw it as well, it would be like somewhat entertaining. But it might be
uh
just me though. Like
We'll find out, I guess.
it's over. Actually
It's
but
over.
I mean I guess if we're editing and stuff, right? On the
No, no, we're not cutting any of this. This is going straight out there.
oh, I was
bad.
This
I
is
I had some editing notes, dude.
uh
Okay. So let's jump into our first topic.
Okay.
okay. What's our first
Yeah,
topic?
what's talking, buddy?
I'm dead.
Let's just jump right into our first topic.
True. Okay. Um, have you guys seen the movie Your Name?
I have not.
Yes, sir.
That's the anime movie, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
The Japanese cartoon, the Chinese cartoon.
Oh my lord.
Yeah.
Okay, one aspect of the movie, I think. Okay, now I'm not sure, fuck. Is the red string of fate. I think. Wait, so do you
Is it?
guys know what that is though?
Yes,
It is, right?
it
It is,
is.
it
It's
is.
like
Okay.
I know about it. I know of it.
Oh, Luis was saying something?
it's like part of the visuals. It's not like stated like directly that it's part of the movie, but like you can see like her headband thing, her
Mm-hmm.
hair tie. It's a red string. If you didn't notice that.
Yeah. It was like a big like like they made it like really obvious, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so Grant, what do you know about it?
I mean, it's like a typical East Asian, like ancient fantasy trope thing, right? Like the mountain god or something, like tie a red string between like two people and they're bound for life or something.
Mm-hmm. The
I don't know. That's all I know,
is it
honestly.
the so it's kind of like or it's essentially one person is predestined to another person, right?
Uh, some. I guess you could say that. Yeah.
So does it have to be romantic?
Um, I've never seen it used outside of a romantic scene.
And is there only one string per person?
Or I mean, the only time I've seen that is like cartoons or like I guess mangas and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always romantic and like in an ideal world, I guess, because it's only been seen as between two people.
Do you do you somewhat do you guys somewhat believe in it?
Hell no.
um, can you like explain why not?
I mean, Do you see like red strings tied to people anywhere?
But it's not fucking literal, right?
Literal.
Yeah. So is that your only like reason like you don't believe it?
Yes.
What the? How about
Basically.
how about you,
I
Luis?
mean,
Fucking what?
I mean,
What the fuck?
how would that manifest in our physical world?
Well, it's like essentially it's just like, for example, when you're born, it's like tied to your finger, tied to another person's finger, and at some point in your life, the
Okay,
strings get
okay,
pulled
so when
together,
you're
right?
born, it's tied to you and to another person. What if that other person's not born yet? Is it tied to like a sperm cell?
Okay, okay. I think you're getting too much into the. Okay, I guess it is. It could be possible that you're not like the same like age or whatever, right? Because age is just a
Yeah,
number, you know.
and
Okay,
let's
then.
say it is tied to someone, and that person is your partner for life, and that partner dies ahead of you. So your red string is now tied to a grave.
Oh my
Or,
lord. Okay, I think you're thinking of the string too much, like literally. You know,
I mean, if we're
like,
talking about it figuratively, then it does not have to be a string, right? You can just say it's like a connection between two people.
but the
There's no
fucking
reason to call it the red string of fate.
the fucking legend is a red string of fate. Like, what do you want me to do? I don't make
Then
the
it's
rules.
a legend. You're asking me if I believe in a legend or not, and I'm saying I don't
This,
because it's.
but your whole
I
argument
mean,
is
you.
based upon it being a string that doesn't exist. Like, I don't make the rules here, okay? I was born, and then there was a fucking legend about a fucking red
Okay,
string.
so do you believe in the red string?
I I believe. I'm a believer. So I somewhat believe
What
in.
makes you say that?
I think um I think it's more of a spiritual connection. So like somewhat you're like what celestial being, not celestial being. I'm stupid.
Astrology?
Shit. Fuck, that's not like maybe your subconscious is like aligned with someone else's, if that makes any sense. So at a certain point in your life, the universe makes it happen, you know? Like I guess it's kind of like a really romanticized and like childish way of seeing it. And I think I don't know. For me, I think sometimes it's fun to believe in that stuff because when it does happen, it's like what like you know. But if it doesn't happen, it's like whatever. Like it's not like oh I'm solely relying like fuck where the fuck's my red string at, you know? It's like one of those things that it's like oh like that's pretty cute. Not like
So, I have a question. Do you believe in star signs?
I I think um
'Cause I
star
think they're in like
signs.
the same
Okay.
realm of belief.
Okay. So the thing with star signs is it's more widespread. So it became kind of like commercialized. So people can like always make assumptions and like or like broad kind of like predictions about oh your day is gonna be this or your year is gonna be that, right? And like the compatibility stuff's kind of I never really got I never really checked like for example your guys's star signs or whatever to see if oh that's why we're compatible like you know so I can't no but people do that like for example like it's been I think our generation specifically right it's like oh you're such a fucking Leo like you know
Yeah,
like
true.
it's not good.
like what's your star sign Luis like do you have any info like with regards to that
Virgo, I think.
Virgo
Wait,
Yeah.
what? How do you check it? What's your star sign based off of?
based on when you were born
Oh,
yeah
Let me check.
So I
What am
think
I?
Grant might be a Leo. I think. I'm not sure. Oh no no no, the one after Leo.
I'm a
No no,
Virgo.
you're a Virgo like Luis. Yeah.
A
What are you, Ishi?
So maybe I'm a Gemini.
Damn,
So
believing in
uh,
red string of fate is such a Gemini thing to say.
see, it could be right. Like it could be. Like I don't like. They say Gemini people are kind of like two-faced.
Oh, so you have written into that thing then.
No, because people.
So you know of it.
Oh my!
You know
I
about
never
it.
said. I never said I didn't know. I just said like it's been commercialized. So I obviously don't like believe in all of the predictions or whatever. But I'm saying like sometimes they hit on point. But it's like if you do make broad predictions, that happens once in a while, right? You know.
But yeah, I think it's called the Fourier's effect. You make a really generalized statement that anybody can apply it to themselves too.
Oh, goddamn, professor.
Hell yeah. I mean, this is what university is now anyway, so might as well be.
But so I'm
Anyways,
assuming.
back to the red string thing though, because we went hella off topic.
I think we haven't heard of Luis's opinion on it.
my opinion on it. Um, it's not that I like fully believe in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's maybe like a little bit less believing. Like, if she said it's like it's cool to think about it, but I don't think it's actually like something that would always happen.
Okay. Wait, I have a
It's like
follow.
it's
Oh,
like a
sorry.
coincidence, you know?
Mm-hmm. Wait,
Like,
so
oh yeah, it's happened. Yeah, yeah, go.
sorry. Are you done?
Hmm.
Okay, that's my bad. Okay, I have a follow up then, because we've kind of had like some sort of discussion on this, right?
Hmm.
And when we do, you always bring up the right person, and isn't that essentially it?
What do you mean?
Like you always say, oh, but when the right person comes, then isn't that
Yeah,
kind of it?
Yeah, I mean,
kind.
it's the red string of fate thing. I think you can say it's like an idealized version of, like, it's just another word for saying the right person. But what makes a person the right person? Like,
Well, it's very different per person, right?
exactly. And depending on what type of person you are, you can have multiple, like,
Mm.
the right person.
Okay. I
It's
like that.
just the red string of fate is just another way of saying the right person,
I
I
I
guess.
like this. Okay. So this is actually one of the things I wanted to talk about. So with the right person, like could you say it's somewhat like also synonymous to soulmates?
Well, soulmate implies one person to another person, right?
Yeah. But
Because mate,
yeah. But but like you can also be you could it's like it could imply that you're mates to different people, like multiple, you know? Because like each mate is separate from each other, if that makes sense. So like, it's like multiple right persons, like you said. Like, wait? First of all, do you guys believe in soulmates? Like, it's I guess it's essentially the same question, right? Probably not for Grant.
I mean, soulmate. I mean, it just means how compatible you are with a certain person.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why there needs to be a name for it.
Mm-hmm.
Can just be your significant other. Because if you are in a relationship, that means you like the person and that other person probably likes you back. I don't know why there needs to be like different words for it.
I get.
Honestly, like,
Makes
yeah.
sense.
Mm-hmm. But what if that person is your soulmate, but it's your soulmate, but like is only you're only meant to be friends. If that makes sense.
What are you getting
Wouldn't that
friend zoned in the soulmate?
No, no,
wouldn't
no.
that
Way?
not
It's
be so?
it's like you're really like you found like a friend that's like really
Like
like you're compatible with.
BFFs or something?
Yeah, something like that, right?
Yeah,
but like never anything romantic. Isn't that essentially a soulmate as well?
I guess you could say that.
Your
So,
best friend.
But like you're just naming a really close friendship as a
mhm,
soulmate. I don't
mhm.
know what that essentially changes about the concept of a soulmate.
Cause I guess cause the thing is, there's also the, for example, like if you date your best friend, right? The only
Yeah,
thing that changes between that, like being a best friends and being in a relationship, is the romantic aspect.
yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yes.
So in that, so in that sense, if soulmate could be like a broader term, not only for romantic purposes, and and if you have a soulmate that is your best friend and a soulmate that is like a significant other, then there are multiple soulmates.
I guess you could say that.
But for me, I don't believe in multiple soulmates.
But you just classified soulmate as a really close friendship as well as romantic ones.
Yeah, but that's the
So you,
thing.
you can either have a super close romantic relationship, or you can have a friend.
The thing is, what, like,
There's, is that what you're
maybe,
saying? Because that boils down to that. You can either have a relationship or you can have a friend.
yeah, but I think maybe it's more of like the degree in which someone is your soulmate is much higher than what we perceive it as.
Oh, so it's a spectrum, soulmateness. So it's not like an on and off switch. There's like a slider for the degree of soulmateness that you are with someone.
I mean, first of all, obviously, like everything is kind of like on a spectrum. Like it's not, and not nothing's like black and white.
Okay, so that just goes back to what I was saying a while ago. I don't know why you need to name that, you know? You can just say, "Oh, I'm really close friends with this person." Or
Yeah, but
yeah, I don't know why you need to name something that you can already like describe with something else.
You're basically like generalizing a soulmate then. No?
yeah,
It can just be anyone that you're close to.
yeah, exactly. That's why it's like an iffy thing, right? Like, what is the? Can anyone look up the definition of soulmate? Because I can't.
Soulmate. A person ideally suited to another as a close friend or romantic partner.
Oh, then there.
Yeah, but
but
you said you can only have one, so you can
no, I'm
have
saying
a close friend or a
no,
romantic
no,
partner.
but I'm saying that's what I believe in.
Okay, so if you're soulmates with a friend, you can never be a soulmate with another person, like romantically.
Hmm. I feel like when I'm soulmates with that friend, then okay. Now I get it. Okay, okay.
Like
You've convinced me. You've
it's
convinced me.
your definition of soulmate is pretty restrictive.
No, cause I wanted to believe that there is only one soulmate. Cause I feel like if there are multiple soulmates, essentially that word, that idea is kind of like you know? Like the fuck? You know what I mean?
I mean, I guess, but I don't. I really don't see the point of going around calling people soulmates when you can just say, "Oh, this is just a really close friend of mine." You know,
I mean,
it's
obviously,
also pretty cringy, like
yeah,
going
yeah.
around, like introducing people, say, "Oh, this is my soulmate friend, man." Like,
I mean, yeah, like I'm not starting. We're not fucking starting the podcast by saying, "Oh yeah, I'm Ishi, and this is my two soulmates." Like obviously, like I don't
yikes!
think.
Get me out.
What the fuck are you saying, dude? Like, what the hell?
That's
Uh,
what.
what?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's just the. I think I just put the word on a pedestal, you know?
Yeah, and you know how you said like star signs are like commercialized and like known generally to the public.
Mm-hmm.
I googled soulmate and went to images, and a lot of the images have that red string of fate thing between two people. So to some degree, I guess you can also say that that concept is also commercialized.
Are you using Google?
Yes, sir.
And what's your current location? Like
Um,
what country, what region are you in?
I don't know,
Like you're in
honestly.
Korea, right?
Yeah, but my account is like locationed at the US.
Oh shit. Never
And
mind.
these are all YouTube videos
I was
and
gonna, cause
yeah,
obviously I was gonna argue that it's like based on your, cause you're in Asia,
I
and I was gonna
guess.
check. I don't know.
I mean, it is like a, as far as I know, like an Asian concept,
It
right?
is. It is. I just feel like maybe a lot of people wouldn't know. Like people who are like more into Western culture or like, you know. So I thought it was something interesting. I find it
Yeah,
really interesting.
Wikipedia says it originates from China.
Yeah, I'm sure most
I mean, yeah, everything
legends
in
does.
Asia is
Yeah.
from China.
Um, we
Anyways, I
can.
think we beat to death this topic.
No, yeah, that's. I was about to say we can move on to another one. So we have a list. Is there anything you guys want to talk about first? Because we can.
Guess we can jump into conspiracy theories.
Ooh, okay. I think Luis is passionate
Wait,
about this one.
wait,
Um,
one thing though, I kind of want to stay apolitical while talking about conspiracy theories, but that's kind of hard.
Okay, so I wanted to talk about that. Okay, generally, I think people in this call aren't. Okay, I personally speaking, I don't know about you guys. I think being apolitical is stupid.
Mm.
So usually I try not to be apolitical, but with the with this podcast, we'll try to be apolitical, you know, as to not offend anyone, possibly.
Yeah.
actually, a, a,
PC.
What did you say, Luis?
isn't it like nothing? Never mind. Actually, nothing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Um, so is there any conspiracy theory that you guys want to specifically talk about?
Luis, why don't you start off?
Start one off. A conspiracy theory I want to talk about. Maybe the one I mentioned like last time. MK Ultra.
Oh, the
You
LSD
guys,
experiments.
yeah,
Okay, so he mentioned that to me and actually don't know much about it. So if you guys could, you know.
The only thing I honestly know about it is that like it was like in the 60s, right? The CIA gave LSD to a bunch of people and tried to like make sleeper agents or something, right?
kind of, not really. It's like they developed like a drug to create mind control.
Oh. Okay, wait. So since this is a conspiracy theory, it was never confirmed, right?
Yeah,
No,
That
isn't the experiment? It's confirmed. The experiments. It
actually,
happened. It got
yeah, yeah, yeah.
declassified.
so it's not a
Not
conspiracy
even, I'm
theory.
not even
I guess
100%
it's not a conspiracy theory then.
sure. Then,
Uh,
yeah, actually,
It's just
wait.
a whack government experiment
I
then.
have a conspiracy theory I want to talk about.
Okay.
Have you guys heard of Princess Diana
Oh, she was assassinated?
by the royal family? Is the
Yeah, I
conspiracy
never kind of
theory.
got that one. Was it
Chen,
because she had too much influence or something?
That's what people are saying. So it's like the attention of the people are somewhat because she wasn't. a tradition, like not like
Like like traditionalist.
yeah. So she somewhat did her own thing essentially, like apart from the royal family, and people like loved her, and like I guess it somewhat drew the attention away from the royal family. So people are saying that it's kind of odd that she like would like die like that. I think she died in a car crash.
Yeah.
What's the
Official.
story like? Her driver was drunk or something?
Oh, I'm not sure about that. Let me look it up real quick. But yeah, people are saying that there's no way like she dies like that without it being somewhat intentional.
Yeah, it seems
Because
kind of
of the
odd that
driver?
like, okay, how did she die? Like, I think
Wasn't
that's
it
pretty.
like the main story was like paparazzi was chasing them?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, oh yeah.
And she died in the tunnel. Like the car crash was in the tunnel.
Oh, there's nothing about a drunk person. So it's just literally a random tunnel. She went in and she crashed.
Yeah, and one of the things people were really talking about was that like the journey from where she was going to where she the crash site essentially like there was no like CCTV footage or whatever.
Pretty odd, but she died in what 1997, right? That's
Yeah.
not too. It could just be like a really bad coincidence,
I guess,
don't you think?
but I feel like it wouldn't be a source of argument if CCTVs
Yeah.
weren't that.
And so
Like
you're saying the lack of CCTVs adds to the fact that she was killed,
no,
or
I
it takes
no,
away?
I think I don't know. I'm not too sure if there was actually a lack of CCTV. I feel like it the implications the conspiracy theories are implying that it was kind of sketch that there were no footage or there was no
But it's
footage.
not like that sketch, right? Because
Okay. I I f- hmm. So the thing is like when they crashed, it was like really soon after they left.
After they left.
Yeah, I think they left and then less than 5 minutes later, like they crashed. I think that, hmm, I don't know. Like, if the driver was under the like Grant said under the influence of something, right? Isn't that
apparently
it?
not.
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
Because if that was the case, that'd be sketch in itself. Because like this is the fucking royal family. Like,
Oh wait. Apparently, the blood sample of the driver
Was drunk.
indicates that the driver was blood alcohol content was 3 times the French legal limit, according to Wikipedia.
hmm so I feel like the only reason it would be was that like the guy was drugged.
And he was on antidepressants too.
Because I don't think like a driver for the royal family would, you know,
Yeah.
like
Like
I
why
think
would they not choose someone better fit to drive someone that's that important?
exactly. So like, okay, don't get me wrong. I feel like it could have been the royal family, but I have this like admiration for the queen, and I don't know why. Like I don't like. I think she's just super cool. I don't know what she did. She might be like low key evil based on what she did in the past. I don't know what she did, but. Like I don't want people like attacking me suddenly saying like, "Oh, you're supporting like a fucking murderer," or whatever. Like I don't know. I think she's just a cool. Okay,
Isn't she? Wait, she's pretty cool though, right? She's like the longest like ruling monarch in the UK history.
yeah. Isn't it just in history and like she's been there for so like she's isn't she like 90?
Yeah, she's been ruling since she's been coronated in June of 1953.
Yeah, so she's been there like 67 years.
Holy.
That's okay. What
Is
about
that
this?
67?
If my math is correct,
I haven't done math in so long.
I think it's 67.
This
So would
nine.
what do you think about the queen actually being dead and that's a body double? Thoughts?
I've never heard of that one before.
I mean, I haven't either, but it's just like my own kind of like, you know.
Okay, so who would do that though?
Okay,
Whoa.
wait, the thing is, I'm pretty sure most influential people they have or like people of power,
Mhm.
they have or they at least should have like body doubles that really resemble them, right?
Yeah, that's the pretty fair assumption, I guess. Or
So
like, yeah,
how, how like I don't know how far plastic surgery has come. So how do we know that that's the real like queen, you know?
I don't think you can ever question that, right? You can't ask the queen to suddenly go and get a DNA test or something. Like,
She,
who can ask her to do that?
she took a DNA test, turns out. No, I guess you can't. But I feel like isn't it more of a shit? It's like a morale thing. Like keep it as long as it like people love the fucking queen. If she actually died like when she was 70, then that's like 20 years without the queen. Like who would have like
Right?
what would have
Be like a
happened?
huge moral crash for the UK.
Exactly, exactly. So obviously they're not gonna if it was a body double, it wouldn't be they wouldn't like keep it up to like 120 or something like that's fucking even to 100 is kind of like pushing it. So you
Yeah,
you think it could be possible that it's a body double,
It could be.
I mean, theoretically, yes, but I mean,
but
I could see the reasons behind it. Yeah, sure, I
right?
guess.
Okay. So that's my own conspiracy theory. So if it ever gets out there, I started it. Okay, I have another one. Okay, I'm just jumping on a, like the world leaders one. Okay. So what about Kim Jong Un? So there are theories that he's dead, and that's why the sister has been popping up more recently.
I honestly don't know about that one.
So I heard of that, but I don't really know.
That yeah,
Like, the
I
man is morbidly obese, right?
yeah,
Like, he's like 173 centimeters or something, but he weighs like 130 kilograms. That's insane.
170. Oh, okay. That's like what? For our American viewers, 170.
Any of you weighs like that, you're fix your life, man.
Okay, 100. Okay, shit. Fuck. 170 centimeters is like what? 5'6", 5'7", if I'm guessing. And
um,
130 kilos is
yeah,
around 200, what, 70, 80 pounds, if I were to guess. Just just for our American our US viewers, we love them.
uh,
We love them.
fix your units is terrible. Please.
Um, what about you, Grant? Since we started talking about conspiracy theories, do you have anything in mind?
Um, conspiracy theories. China started COVID. How about that one? That's pretty.
Oh,
That's
Oh
pretty
shit.
juicy.
Okay.
that's the one.
Okay. First of all, I would like to say that the opinions of other people in this podcast do not reflect my own opinions. Specifically, unless I specifically agree. I just want to say.
I'm not saying that I believe in it either, but I've just seen it floating around,
Hmm.
like on the internet. Some people believe it
But let's be
for
on.
sure.
But let's be honest. You believe it.
I'm gonna say no. I believe it's just incompetence that led to that.
Okay. So okay. You know, one of my favorite sources of news is Facebook, and
Uh-huh.
there's a lot of information on Facebook that comes out, and they were okay. They were basically saying so the coronavirus started in Wuhan, and then okay, it started in Wuhan, and then it just spread over the world, right? But they were saying that the cases in Shanghai were like really somewhat not significant compared to like they were like how does it reach New York when it didn't reach Shanghai? So that was what they were saying on Facebook, you know, the best news source.
Okay.
So they were building off that conspiracy that like they essentially had one area. I don't know, is it a city or a province or
It's a
so
province,
that one
as far as
province was like essentially patient zero of areas, and then they intentionally crippled like everyone's fucking economy and shit like that by spreading the virus elsewhere.
so the argument against that, I'm not saying I believe this, but I'm not saying I believe anything, but the argument against that would be that because China is a communist ruled by a communist single party, right?
Mm-hmm.
So objectively speaking, they have absolute power over their people, and they do enforce their like law upon their people harshly. We can agree on that one, right?
Um,
Yeah.
based on what I have seen in the media, yes, but
Yeah, that's honestly what I'm going off to.
okay,
Anyways, where I'm going with this is Wuhan was so badly hit because the virus started in what, December of 2019, but it only began being noticed by the public, or I mean even the Chinese government in January of 2020. So that's like half a month of unrestricted travel within the province and no precaution whatsoever. And so China, being the authoritarian monolith it is, like just halted all like travels in and out of Wuhan, right? And they just locked down basically the entire province and the entire surrounding countryside. So doing that, I can see other states and cities not being as affected because the government imposes a rule and the people follow that rule. But other countries didn't really, well, you can say the World Health Organization also played a part in this, but other countries didn't take it as seriously at first.
yeah,
And like the WHO also recommended no masks and all, like I don't know what happened, but it spread in other countries for a lot more time than China, I guess. Like the Chinese government took action really quickly, relatively speaking. They initially covered it up, I know, but after that, it was pretty efficient, I think.
yeah. So I was gonna say that because I think one of the initial statements by the World Health Organization was that it cannot be like transmitted from human to human, something like that, I think. Unless I'm
Yeah.
mistaken. So like people were saying like there's no way that they would make an error like that and then state it like just like that without like double checking or whatever. So people were saying like they intentionally, I don't know, like someone, maybe China, I don't know, said that like with the power they have and made the WHO essentially give like
False information to
yeah,
cripple other countries. No.
yeah. So honestly, I I believe that any country is possible of like doing this honestly, but at what cost essentially. So I kind of think the conspiracy is not like valid in that way because to a certain extent it did like fuck up everyone including China. So I don't think China would unless it was like a calculator play, like I don't know.
Another thing that's important to think about, I think, is like Europe and the US or North America, I guess, is their economy is based more on like services, right? Whereas
Mhm.
China is more produced on manufacturing still.
Goods,
I
yeah.
think that also plays a key difference because people are still gonna use goods like no matter what, right? Even if you're in quarantine, you still buy stuff, you order them online, and it still gets to your house.
Well,
So I
okay.
guess that's another reason you can say that it could have been a calculated decision by the CCP.
Okay, but but from like looking at it from an economic standpoint, right? Then I don't think that's the case because like with unemployment increasing and like purchasing power like decreasing and stuff like that, like people are less likely to buy, even if like I know they do, but like from that like standpoint, theoretically, it
Yeah,
wouldn't
but what
make
I'm saying
sense.
is that services are hit harder way more than manufacturing.
Ah, okay, okay, I get what you mean now.
So in that sense, it there is an argument to be said about it could have been a calculated risk, a calculated play, I guess. But
So yeah,
since we were talking about the WHO, I think that's another conspiracy in itself, yeah? Like
I don't
China
know.
just China paid the WHO, so they gave bad health advice and
Okay,
downplay
okay.
it.
All right. Let's.
Yeah, I don't know about
I
that
don't know
one.
about that one, but
Really?
it could be
You've
possible.
never heard of that. You've never heard of that
Okay,
story.
it could be
No,
possible. Anything is possible with money and influence, money and power.
I'm not saying any of this is true. I'm saying that these ideas are floating around. I'm just stating them to you.
I have
But
not heard of that
You know,
but
one.
you are stating these rumors that are floating around, and you are arguing, mostly arguing for them. So
I
I
like arguing. What do you mean? That's just me.
okay. How about let's talk about the since we're talking about like coronavirus, coronavirus. Um, I think all of us live in an area where it's not that bad, right? I think.
Philippines?
No, no, no. I
Philippines?
mean Louis specific, like his place. Yeah,
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 yeah. It's not bad.
okay.
I think it's the best performing city in the Philippines. If
Really? Baguio?
I think,
Yeah,
isn't it? I don't
Oh,
know.
that's pretty cool.
we
I
have,
don't know that.
I think, less than 70 cases
Like active or like total?
active.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty. Because
That is pretty good.
right now, like actually for now, like right now, Hawaii is increasing. So, like they extended the bans and shit. You can't go to the beach and shit like that. So, and I think Korea is still doing well, right?
Korea's doing so good. Are they
It
not?
was doing pretty poor last week because there's this like right-wing political party influenced church thing. Like I'm not even making this up. This pastor goes around saying um the coronavirus was spread by the Korean president so he can enforce leftist communist like laws upon the people.
Mm,
And the
interesting.
people just bought it up and they met and they rallied at the city center,
Mm-hmm.
like one of the city squares in Seoul. And for a few days, we were getting 300, 400 cases a day,
The thing
Oh,
that
right?
what the wait, that's also the initial cause of the boom in cases there, right? It was like a church thing.
It was, yeah, a church,
Hmm.
like a political party influenced church or something.
Oh God. I mean, I guess the first one was kind of like no one really knew, I guess.
Yeah, this one
So
was
this one, yeah,
very
this
deliberate.
one
This one
is,
was done as a political play for sure.
yeah, I think this one was inexcusable. Well, with the Philippines, since we talked about the Philippines, the Philippines, I think, is waiting for a vaccine, is what I heard. Um,
God.
I
th
don't think vaccines are gonna be a thing though. Like,
thoughts thoughts on the vaccine that President Duterte is waiting for.
where is he waiting it? Like, where's he waiting it from?
I
Russia, no?
I heard it was he was waiting on Russia or China, because I think he was promised that the Philippines would be one of the first countries to receive it.
The problem I see with that is vaccines usually take like at least a year to develop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you need to go through trials and make sure it's safe and no long-term health defects on anything. But all these countries are just like rushing towards making the virus. Like, I'm pretty sure the one they're making in the US, they only like tested it like in a bunch of rats and they just jump straight into like human testing. Like, I don't know if I want those vaccines, honestly. Like,
Like
it
the
seems
initial
pretty
vaccine.
sketchy, you know?
Okay, the thing is, I think with the vaccines, the trials are gonna be run on Filipinos, if I remember correctly.
That is pretty sketch.
Have
So
uh,
the Russian, I think it's a Russian vaccine, will be tested using Filipinos.
Like, if I were to get a vaccine, I'd like wait at least like half a year since the like from the first injection of the vaccines and see if there is like actual problems or not, and then I'd get it. Like, I'm not
Uh,
a vaccine denier or anything, but like
okay,
with it being so rushed into production, I think it's fair to be a little bit
of course.
skeptical on the
yeah.
entire thing.
I don't think there are any anti-vaxxers, anti-maskers in this call. But okay, going back on the vaccine, because I looked it up, right? Duterte said that, okay, verbatim, when the vaccine arrives, I will inject it publicly. Experiment with me, that's fine. If it works on me, it'll work on everyone. Thoughts?
It's a bold statement.
I think,
That's yeah.
okay, I'll be completely like on. I think it's a stupid statement, because if it's a test trial, right? So there are,
Yeah,
so like,
imagine testing like a vaccine against the president of a country.
so this is the, I think this is his version of mass testing. Like, it's a test trial and there are chances that a percentage of it might work. So if he gets a that percentage that does work, and everyone gets the percentage that doesn't work, then he's basically maybe possibly killing more people. Oh shit, scared
Yeah,
me.
it's definitely risky. Another thing is the Brazilian president, Bolsonaro, I think his name is.
Mm-hmm.
He was Bolsonaro. Yeah, anyways, he was like part of the people who were saying that like this specific drug, I don't remember what it is, that Trump was also advertising as a potential cure to COVID. And he so far he's been infected twice, and I don't know if he's cured now, but he's been treated with that drug, which has been like said by the FDA, the US FDA, saying that it is ineffective. But he's still going around, the last time I checked, to the public saying that it
Mm.
worked for him, so it must work for the rest of the
I
country.
actually never heard of that.
So
Because Brazil is one of the countries that's really fucked, right?
Yeah, it's like hit really hard.
I think it's maybe second or third in terms of like total
Top three
cases.
for sure.
Yeah, top three for sure. Okay. I think we should shift from coronavirus and
I
conspiracy
have a question.
theories. Oh, okay, go.
If Duterte does like take the vaccine and he does possibly die from that, would Russia be at fault for his death, or
Oh.
Well, I'm pretty sure Russia will make him sign like a document saying you
uh,
can't fault us for this, right?
yeah, makes
Like
sense.
if Russia doesn't do that, then they'd be stupid.
No, but then the Duterte would be stupid for signing that in the first place.
Then I'm
But if he
guessing
did
he
make the
just
public
won't
statement,
get
I mean, he's made a
the.
lot of public statement in the past, right? Like he said he was
uh,
gonna use a jet ski to go to fucking Spratley's Island and plant a fucking flag, but it hasn't
Did he actually
happened.
say that?
Yes.
That was actually a thing.
I, as the kids say, I am not capping. Okay,
Int-
let's shift from Duterte because this is gonna be a very one-sided discussion.
yeah.
Let's talk about some. Okay, one of the requests I got from my Instagram story was to talk about some anime. So have you guys been watching some anime or excited about any upcoming anime?
Um. No.
Okay.
And no and no.
Okay, Luis. I'm sure you have some.
been watching season 3 of Origairu. Pretty good show.
Uh, I've also been watching the most recent one. Maybe a bit questionable if you say it's a very good show. Um, maybe because I'm biased because someone isn't being shown as much. But is that the only show you're watching?
Um, what else? What else am I
I think.
watching?
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
God
You.
of High School is one.
Oh, I've. I don't think I've heard of that.
It's a Korean webtoon, I think.
Or maybe. Oh, I don't want to. I don't want to
It
assume.
called.
God
What's it
of High
called?
School. I was gonna
That
say.
sounds familiar.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe Grant knows it, but I don't want to assume.
Oh, I do know of it. I
Okay.
I think I used to read the webtoon for a bit, but it just got really repetitive and I stopped.
Is it like a generic kind of like?
It's like a it started out as like a fighting competition between high schoolers
Mm-hmm.
and they suddenly became gods randomly. Then the world started ending and the high
Um,
schoolers started I don't know.
can
I
you
forgot about what
can
happened,
can
but
you confirm that, Luis, or?
I can confirm.
it's
It gets pretty
this
stale.
the scale of the webtoon rises so fast and it just reuses the same tropes over and over again. So
I guess most anime are like that, right?
yeah, it's been going on since 2011 apparently. So
Oh, I mean, one. I'm watching a few shows, and I also watch Origairu, but I recently caught up. Actually, I'm one episode behind. Sword Art Online. Um, I think I don't think it's bad. Like I know like a lot of people didn't like the second arc of the first season with the fairy stuff, or the second season with the gun gale. I think it was like somewhat decent.
It was decent, but not like
is it still ongoing? Like right now?
Yes, I think
yes.
it's on
Damn.
like maybe fourth, fifth season. I don't know.
The art now is the best,
The
probably.
art now, maybe it's a. I don't know. I think long hair Kirito hit different though. For anyone.
That art is not. Good one, honestly.
I don't know. Maybe I like Shinon. That's why. But I've also been watching Rental Girlfriend. So I don't know if you guys know. Have heard of that. Um,
I have not watched that yet.
I think it's an interesting concept. Every time I talked about it to someone, though, they assumed it was kind of like shady, like prostitution, but it's not. And it's like, and if you're on like anime TikTok, it's like kind of like popping off there, TikTok. But okay,
Anime
okay,
TikTok, is that a thing?
yes, it is.
Oh Lord.
Okay, TikTok, but TikTok is a topic for another day. What else? I guess I'm excited about the new Haikyuu season that's coming up.
I'm not even
Um, uh,
caught up.
okay, that's kind of disappointing, but okay. I think Haikyuu is. I've watched some sports, and I think Haikyuu might be the best sports anime out there. Uh,
Probably.
like I feel like it's really. I just think it's really good. I think it, like even if it's somewhat of a filler episode, it's still somewhat good.
Yeah. A lot of people got into volleyball just because of watching IQ.
Actually, there's a st-
Tangents.
there's a statistic about that. I think in Japan, like I forgot where I read about this. Maybe Twitter. Twitter is my other favorite news source. So they said that every time there's a sports anime that's released in Japan, and if it's somewhat watched or well received, then statistics for that specific sport increases in that duration. So, for example, fucking was it like Free, the swimming one? I didn't watch it,
I have not watched
but there was like an increased interest in like swimming or like Yuri on Ice. I didn't watch it as well. There was an increased uh fuck I'm increased fucking interest in ice skating. I think it's really
So,
interesting.
is that among just like high school kids or like among the general population?
That's the thing. I don't remember like the specific like because I know like there were like they did statistics on it, but I'm not too sure.
I'm pretty sure most
Imagine
of
like
it would
a
be
34, like a 40-year-old anime fan watches like a volleyball anime and starts going to the local volleyball court.
No, but yeah, but the thing is, it's like it is like in, I think in Asian countries. I don't know if it's Asian specific, but like in Japan and Korea, you have those sports clubs, right? Like,
Yeah, like sports centers, like in
mm-hmm.
cities.
And
Yeah.
I think middle-aged people also somewhat go there.
Yeah, I know my grandma is like part of the local badminton
Mm-hmm. Oh,
gym.
yeah. So I think
wow.
I've
So she, so she goes there like every morning. Well, she used to. Now I think they moved to like an open air field because closed spaces are banned right now.
maybe your grandma watched Diamond No Ace.
Man, she's been playing for like 30 years, so
Uh, actually, don't even know if I forgot if Diamond No Ace was badminton or tennis. I'm gonna trigger a few people, but
Damn it, no ace. Isn't that
oh
baseball?
shit! No, no, no! It's fucking Prince of Tennis, dude. Diamond No Ace is
nice.
baseball. Okay, my bad. Okay, I watch a lot of anime and I get them confused. Okay.
You've
Uh,
triggered two different groups of people.
yeah, I don't mean it. I swear. But oh, have you guys watched Food Wars though? That one is still ongoing.
No.
I think I only watched the first season.
Okay, I think Grant was the one who was against it because you. Oh, maybe it was someone else, but because essentially the first season was like they cook and then when they really like it, they somewhat become undressed or aroused. But I
I don't
watched all season. I swear to God, that's not that's not that's not. It's more than that. It's more than that, I swear.
I've seen people talk about that. I don't think I ever watched it though.
I feel like you might be into it if you're like if you're somewhat interested in watching like food stuff. Like it's obviously like very dramatic and stuff like that, but I don't know. Oh wait, we just hit the hour mark, so we should end it
Yeah,
soon. Um, I think I want to end it with someone like some music. Like
you're gonna get copyright strike by YouTube.
no, not like that. Like I meant like, is there
No copyright
a
sounds.
song? Is there a song or artist like you've been listening to like more like recently that you want to like maybe educate people about? I don't know.
Not really, Luis.
Just fucking answer the question, man. Like, just say like a song you've been listening to a lot. It's that's literally it. Guy said no, not really. Like, what the fuck?
Uh,
No. Luis can go first. Fuck you.
What have I been listening to? I've been listening to like throwback R&B, 90s, 2000s songs. You know,
Any specific song that you really like listening to?
a specific song.
Like, do you have that when you go on that playlist, you would like search for the song or like start with that, something like that.
I'm thinking of "Call on Me" by Janet Jackson.
Mm,
Is probably what I start playlist
it's
with.
a good song. How about you, Grant?
um, there's this. I don't know. My taste in music is pretty weird. So I'm gonna go with the safer one and say "Yas" by Polyphia.
Yas by Polyphia. Oh, you were playing that earlier when we were in the call.
Yeah, it's that one.
Okay.
It's like
Um.
pretty chill instrumental music.
Mhm. Yeah, I think it was pretty. It was pretty good.
Is that your normal music? Instrumentals?
Not really. I listen to like everything from like K-pop to heavy metal to country to classical to pop. So
Same.
honestly, just depends on my mood. Recently, I've been listening to a lot of instrumental.
Mm. But I don't think Luis, you don't listen to K-pop though, right?
K-pop. I have like what, two songs maybe?
Oh, you
Not
do?
really.
Oh, what are they?
I'm curious too.
I do not remember. But I know like I have some songs that are K-pop.
Maybe you can sing them for us.
I do not remember.
Why
I
are you
have
doing this to him, man?
Okay. So the song I've
It's
been listening
bullying.
to is Pac-Man by Iaj or Jay from Day 6. It's GOAT song.
Pac-Man
It's a
by
Iaj,
pretty good song.
EAJ. It's fucking GOAT. So
Iaj.
yeah, so he's or Jay from Day 6, that K-pop band, but it's so good. Like I'm on my Zoom calls and I put Pac-Man 1 hour loop and then that's how I get through the calls. Um, is there anything else you guys want to talk about before we say goodbye to our lovely viewers, our lovely listeners?
Uh, can you not?
It's over.
It's over. This
You
is
lost
ending,
viewers right
and
there.
we're gonna get to episode 2, and this is only gonna fall apart.
Actually, if we get at least maybe 10 views, we're gonna have episode 2 with a guest. So,
Wait, guests already?
Yeah, what? I don't know about
How
second
about we
episode, Gus.
get up to like until we run out of things to talk about, until we need a fresh viewpoint, because at the rate it's going,
okay.
like I'd feel bad for the guests being here.
I mean, the guest isn't gonna be like a random, you know.
Uh, I guess.
But I see what you mean. We can wait a bit. Okay. I just want to
So like
like
I'd say Past episode 5,
Past
maybe.
episode 5. Holy shit.
If it survives that long, we deserve a guest.
Probably,
That-
yeah. I agree.
okay.
That's fair, right?
All right, all right.
Yeah.
Since you're the majority, this is a democratic podcast, and I will have to agree as well. Um, but I guess when this is posted and people hear, like, if you have any like feedback, you can send it to any of us. Just PM us or whatever. Talk to us. No, don't talk to us in person. Social distancing.
I
Uh,
mean, please don't bring this up to me in person. That's
eh.
whack.
Please. Okay. I guess that's it. Please social distance. Please wear a
Wear
mask.
your masks.
Please support local if you can when you're ordering food or something. Um, yeah, I guess that's it. Bye.
Autobots.